Hello, hello. Yesterday, I was on a meeting with the Grand Podcasters, and the Grand Podcasters is a group of podcasters that get together to improve their craft and get better at their craft. And we had a mixer with folks who want to be guests on podcast. And one of the questions that came up was, how do you find the right podcast to listen to or to be a guest on? And I shared something that I thought was quite normal, not really unique, quite normal, and it seemed to get a lot of traction. So I wanted to share that with you here today. There are many ways to get to find podcasts. You can go to networking groups. You can go to matchmaker services online. You can hire an agent. But if you want to do it yourself, the best way to do it is to search for the podcast that talks to the same audience that you're talking to, that you have similar audiences. And the way that I recommended yesterday, it's one of a number of ways, was to Google your keywords, the keywords for your niche, for your marketing, for the problem that you solve, whatever keywords you might be using, and search for that in Google or whatever search engine you use. But at the end of your search term, put podcast. So if you help people, let's take something very simple like mindset. Say you help middle-aged men with positive mindset. So you say middle-aged men, positive mindset, podcast. And you'll get a list in there of podcasts, and you can listen to those podcasts. You may learn things, improve your craft, but you may also find podcasts where you would like to apply to appear as a guest or on a panel or something like that. And then you can go about building a relationship and offering your services and the value you provide to their listeners and try and get on the podcast. Now, you're not always going to get on the podcast, but if you don't try, obviously you never will. Now, there's a whole lot of ways to do this. There are correct ways and wrong ways to do it. And if you want to learn more about the correct ways to identify the podcast, approach the host, get the best ROI for your podcast guesting activities, go to gapologist.com. That is a mini website, and it has all the links there, including a link to a free guide on podcast guesting success. And until we talk again, have a great day, and I wish you much success.